Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Life is good? I'm happy to hear that. So in between the episodes, I haven't actually done much. I tried to make one more botany pot. It's super surged. And yeah, we have Draconium seeds. The reason I did that is that one of the things that we want to try and make today is the ultimate miner. And if you guys remember, it does require Infinity 6. And if you guys remember, if I want to make, 100 of the Infinity 3, I'm missing 55,000 Draconium. Well, it has improved since I woke up, so maybe 3,000? And I just wanted to mention, even 100 is not enough, so we might need 100,000 Draconium ingots. Obviously, the creative botany pot is also an option, but probably there is also another solution. This guy over here, the laser drill. Oops. No. I picked up all the essences. So if we put our laser drill in the end, I think we're going to get a ton of Draconium. However, we're going to need better upgrades. Those better upgrades are going to require ether gas. Oh, they already have these. Okay. So you know what's going to happen. We're going to have a purple lens, and we're going to have a wither, and that is ether gas. It's just that he's not healing. He's also not losing health, so I'm not picky. Yeah, with full upgrades, we're not losing health. He's gaining health. So we are getting ether gas at a decent rate. I'm okay with this. And the reason that we wanted that was for add-ons tier 5. Each one of them requires a bucket of ether gas, and they're quite fast. Unfortunately, we cannot go to tier 6. Can I go to tier 6? It does require liquid dragon breath, which you have to put a drill on top of an ender dragon. And you have to do it in the end. But there is another recipe, which might work, and we already have a setup for it, so let's try that one. We just need something called a skulk lens. And a warden. Let me try to get a warden. This could take some time. Okay, so we have an extra warden, and I do have the skulk laser lens. And therefore what we're getting is some liquid skulk matter. I have set in some patterns, and we can also craft the liquid dragon breath. Oops. Didn't want to do that. You pick up a bucket, but yeah, we can craft it. Although at this very moment, since it's incredibly slow, I don't think I'm going to use it for the add-ons. We just go with tier 5. But don't you worry, later on we are going to need that in order to make the ultimate machine frame. It gives you way better dissolution chambers, but let's go to the end and assemble the drill. I have set up our drill on top of the other drill, and only half of the lasers have full upgrades, the rest of them are empty. But this is the rate that we're getting Draconium. That's not bad, because remember, I can fortune it. That is very true. And look at that rate. That's good. For some reason it's incredibly fast and it's kind of working out. It's like almost 100 per second? No, maybe 80. Of course maybe it's because of the backlog, but it's decently fast and I can also upgrade the drill. We also have a ton of seeds. I just installed a pipe upgrade. And we have some quantum crafters. So currently we're not doing that bad on Draconium. And if I want 100, we're just missing under 40,000. That's not bad. So can I have like 30? Yes. Let's start. The Draconium cores are the problem. They're very expensive. So I have a small problem. I knew it was going to be a problem, but I was not expecting it to be this low. And yes, we got the Infinity 3. And we can make more. The problem is those Infinity 1 point somethings. That's not a great speed. So we might need to make a few changes. Let's get a few entangled blocks. We're going to entangle the fluid encapsulators. I think they're going to consume a lot of power. This is why I'm using an entangled block in order to provide them with power. Otherwise, maybe an energy crystal would have been enough. But yeah, basically what we're going to do is that we're going to have an interface and we're going to try and soul search them. And you know, keep it symmetrical. So now if I want more Infinity 3, okay, you're faster. I just ordered half a stack more and that's not bad. We have to improve it for later on for the end game, but for now, I'm happy with this. Okay, I did mention the power. Power is not enough. The internal buffer is not enough. What if we add some expanded RF coil? Yeah, now we're getting power. It's a costume recipe. I don't think the machine was supposed to handle that. Now that we're getting the actual Draconium, it's time for the weird ritual from Mythic Botany. I think I'm just gonna set it up over here. It's not in the center. Oh, it is in the center. I'm missing blocks. So I'm going to be very honest with you, I don't remember how the ritual works. So I have to read. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, I'm done with reading and I even watched the tutorial. So I think we are going to do the ritual very soon. But here's the thing, we need to upgrade our altar. Because remember, in order to get Infinity 4, we need to infuse Infinity 3 inside the tier 5 blood altar, and it does require 50,000 LP. That's quite a bit. So I have made some extra runes of capacity. I have also made some extra runes of augmented capacity. And now the capacity of the altar is how much? 100 buckets. That's not much. I might have to get more. We will see. But we do also have some runes of sacrifice. That means our machines are going to work better. Yeah, every time that they work, they give us almost 4 buckets. That's not bad. I'll get more upgrades, don't you worry. You know, worst comes to worst, I can make this one by one. For some reason, that was our entire supply of demonic slate. But it's okay. From now on, we just need imbued. I just made a few upgrades to the altar. I had to do some rewiring to our applied energetic system over here, because we are going to remove this hut and the wireless terminal was here. And it's weird if you're walking on grass and suddenly there's a wireless terminal. I also have a wireless connector with an interface, which is surging the virtual sacrificers. And if we want to try and make Infinity 4, we can. The only problem is that the blood magic in this version is not really designed to do that. You need an extra ring, a tier 6. Which, as far as I'm understanding it, there is no tier 6. No. Well, for now, I'm just gonna do that manually. I have made a bunch of Infinity 4 ingots. We have half a stack. And now we need to convert it into Infinity 5. So, there are 2 ways. This is the worst way. 9 gives you 1. Here, 15 gives you 5. It's just that I'm not really in the mood of making a pressure chamber. Well, it doesn't have to be a good pressure chamber, is the point. I mean, it can be a small one. And maybe we can get away by having a garbage compressor? We just need speed upgrades which we can craft and a security upgrade. Okay, a pressure chamber can be a 3x3, a 5x5 or a 7x7. This is a 5x5. The corners should be a chamber wall. You are going to need a valve. The walls can be replaced with glass. And you're going to need 2 interfaces which are site sensitive. So this is input and this is output. So if we place this one over here, then this will be input. And this will be output. And we just cover the rest with glass so that we will know what's going on inside. Oh, we don't have connected textures. But I like this one. You know, the corners are nice. Anyways, at this very moment, I have one compressor, which is facing the wrong way. It's going to receive a security upgrade. We are going to need coal. I don't know, we give you blocks of coal. Why not? And we're going to slowly give you some upgrades. 4 bars of pressure inside the chamber. Does the chamber take security upgrades? Yes. You know, so that it doesn't blow up. Can we have more upgrades? Yeah, we might need an extra compressor. Yeah, with both of them the pressure is rising faster. That's nice. So we want you to always export crafted items. That's correct. And we just need 2 barrels, one for input, one for output. Also, a pipe upgrade is not a bad idea. And maybe some speed upgrades for the interfaces. We're at 1 bar. What if we move these closer? You know, like that. Because with every tube, the pressure is going to drop anyways. That does seem to make a difference. It's a good thing that we don't need lubricant for the speed upgrades. You know, I'm standing here next to the pressure chamber and there are explosions everywhere. It's very scary. But we are at almost 4 bars. Almost. Yeah, that is 4 bars. So let's get our Infinity 4. We're going to go with 15. Did you craft it? That was fast. Really fast. Okay, we might blow up. Let's get a bunch more. Yeah, we got 15, and I need more Infinity 4. I have to do it like this for the moment. This is too fast. Yeah, but that should be 5 more. They really made it easy. Let's remove some of the speed upgrades. We don't want to blow up. So now that we have Infinity 5, we can have a pattern for Infinity 6. It's inside the slice and splice. Super easy. And I have already made the machine. So Infinity 6, can I have the one? Lovely. We can have way more. My fellow Dark Ones, I'm working on the recipe of the Ultimate Miner, and I'm now crafting runes from Mythic Botany. And I'm also waiting for some more Infinity 6. I think this one goes here, this one goes there, you will go in the other corner, you on this corner, you in the bottom, and you at the top. Like so. And I'm guessing you're the final one? Is that all? Oh, I'm missing 2. Oh, it's being crafted, yes. So these are the missing runes. So the only thing that we're missing is actually the Infinity Ingot. It's a bit of a tedious work at this very moment, but don't you worry, it will be fine. Right now I just want the Ultimate Miner, that's it. Also, it's a very good thing I wasn't lazy, I made the pressure chamber. Otherwise I would have been screwed. I think I need 2 more. Was not the pressure chamber, that's good. 2 more? Yeah, exactly, 2 more. We also need a Rosarium miner. That should be easy peasy, and that goes in the center. And I think we also have to have the knowledge. So in order to get the knowledge, here's what I understood. First we need some mana. Then we are going to need a mana spreader. We also need a Horn of the Wild, and we have to convert it. We get something's horn. And then we need the branch of someone else. We give it the horn, and it should collect water, and we do have to drink from it. Could take a while, especially if you have a garbage mana spreader. Oh, it's full. So we drink, Yes, we have the wisdom. Now, if I get 2 more sets of Infinity 4s, we will have enough Infinity 6. That's already 1 set. We're close. Cause each one gives you 5 unit 6, that's the main problem. Yeah, we're literally missing 1 Infinity 6. And we're also missing these ingots, so let's make them. Oh, these ones take time. They take a lot of time. Dude, how do you even make a crimson ingot? Oh. You need everything. I think I have everything that I'm going to need. Oh, I already had it. I'm sorry. That was the extra badge, but that's the recipe, right? I think we have to drop all the ingredients in the central holder, and it does drain mana, and I think it draws it from our band of mana. So let's charge it, so that it's full. And then we just have to right click with our Wand of the Forest. What? Why is it wrong? Okay, I think I figured it out. These blocks are wrong. These are Rosarium blocks. It has to be ultimate block. It changes colors, so I didn't notice. So will it work now? Lovely. It's draining mana. That's a good sign. And we got it. Did we? Yeah, it's changing colors. Yes! Ultimate Miner. This one is going to go to the end. Okay, I just had a very dark realization. It's so ridiculous, I didn't even think of that. So the Ultimate Miner does require 1 stack of Ultimate Frame, right? I just set a pattern for it, and if you want to look at the recipe, we're missing 15,000 Rosarium. And over the past 2 episodes, I just managed to gather 3,000. So I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the end, and from now on we are going to have a platform because I literally spawn on the miner. Yeah, this is better. Because the thing is, I want to remove the miner. We want to take it to the nether. Okay, so I set it up 1 more time in the nether because in the nether we have double the chances of getting the crystals, right? I think we are going to soul surge it twice because if we go more than that, it's going to be very power hungry. And yeah, we're getting the garbage. Rosarium is a bit rare. Maybe not. Also, from now on, I'm going to void everything from Silent Gear. We have 150,000 of each and every one of them in our system, and I think that's enough. The other things are the things that we are going to keep. But I do have an entangled block. We're going to send the crystals directly to our interface up there. And I think as for the ores, I have to go to the compact machine again. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, it has been a teeny tiny bit of time later. I was editing the footage. It hasn't been a crazy amount of time, but we have 14,000 Rosarium. So is that going to be enough? 4,000 more. That's fine. We might even need a bit more because I also want the modifiers. Another very important question is, how much power are we consuming? 2.4 million. I might need more solar panels. You know, when I was talking about why draconic solar panels are amazing, everybody was telling me, hey Lash, you should make the ultimate solar panel. And yeah, you were right. The problem is that I'm still stuck at the miner. I'm out of Inferium, I'm out of Draconium, and I have absolutely no idea when I can make that stupid solar panel. The way that you guys were talking, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's a thing that I should have made like 500 hours ago, but apparently not. I have to make it in 15 episodes. Of course, I'm exaggerating a bit, maybe 2 episodes, because the Inferium situation, I have to solve it today. Yeah, we need way more. I have been AFK, and judging by my saturation, I think it's been 10 minutes. Yeah, because we have nourishment for 5 minutes. Anyways, everything is ready. We have 20 more solar panels. And can I have 64 ultimate frames? Yes. Oh, it's ready. Did I make the wrong thing? Probably not. 24 modifiers, 45 glass panels. Well, because of the tool, we do have to place on the null modifier, but let's have patterns for the rest. And let us add the extra solar panels before we go. How much power is it now? 13 million. At this very moment they don't have upgrades, but that should be fine. Let's go to the miner. We're not falling down, that's great. And that should be our ultimate miner. Lovely. Of course it doesn't work. We have to remove this guy. And also we have to remove every single modifier, because we're going to go with the ultimate version. I'm not exactly sure how we want to do this, but we are going to have 4 energy modifiers. We might have to play with them anyways. I made a bunch of speed modifiers. And the rest will be items. You're going to need 3 million RF per tick. Holy. Well, we can afford it. And we just got 500 coal. It does seem that's a very expensive coal. And with a dimensional chest, we're going to have problems. I need more import buses. Actually, the coal is going to be super useful for Project E. You made me 244 Infinity Essence. And it doesn't have anywhere to go. Yeah, this is getting ridiculous. I think we need translocators if there's something. Or maybe the item transporter from Industrial Foregoing. Okay, first off, yeah, we can make the Master Infusion Stone now that we have Infinity 4. Secondly, I'm so confused about this machine. You know, the ultimate void miner. So I had to reconfigure everything because we just got like 2 million coal in 10 minutes. And if I remove the speed upgrade from here, you might notice that we're getting tons of coal. It's full. It can hold 500 items in its inventory. But here's the funny part. If I remove the speed upgrade and check the controller, it will tell you blocked item Infinity Essence. And it will never ever give you that. I just wanted to read its inventory, this is why I have a terminal here. But I guess we have to wait. See what happens. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, for me it's been maybe 24 hours later. And yes, it is the next day, probably in the evening. I have done a crazy amount of work, but unfortunately I have to cut it out of the video. Because it didn't work. So first, if we come to our ore processing, you might notice that I have doubled the sieves and I have also added efficiency to the meshes. That was one of the comments. I'm sorry, I forgot. I had efficiency originally, I just didn't put it again. And that is the rate that we're getting resources, which is way more efficient. Another thing that I have done is that you might notice we have another dimensional pocket. And this is the machine that I wasted a ton of time in making, Essence Forge Tier 3. It's the final tier. So in the JEI, it doesn't look that bad. You put one Inferium seed and you get 1000 essence. In 5 seconds, which is great. The problem is that if you look at the JEI, you might notice different combination of seeds. That is because if you want Inferium, you also have to get earth, fire, water, and air. After 5 seconds, you're going to get all of them. But you don't need all of them. So 80% of what you're getting is garbage. And it's not just for Inferium, it's for every single seed. You get things that you don't really want. So yeah, maybe for Unobtainium, Awakened Draconium, etc. I'm going to use it, but not for normal essences. If possible, one day we will just go with hydroponic beds. So that's why I wasted my time. I just wanted to let you know. And I guess since I have wasted my entire time, I guess there's also no point of you watching it. And yeah, we're also making ether gas. And I'm not even sure if I have mentioned this or not, but yeah, now that we have Infinity 4, I made the Master Infusion Crystal from Mystical Agriculture. But if you guys remember, last night I also decided to add more Draconic solar panels, and since we are going to make antimatter probably next episode, or I don't know, very soon, I think we're going to need way more power, so I have set in patterns for the Rosarium solar panel. It does require a ton of resources, but we're also getting a ton of resources, so not that expensive. Glass panel I always have on me. And obviously we have to go with the null modifier. And yeah, I have tons of resources in here for the Essence Forge that I'm not gonna craft now. Honestly, at this very moment, it doesn't really matter where we put it as long as it's within one chunk. Cause remember, the goal is to get the ultimate one. So without any upgrades, you're making me, how much? 4 million RF. Actually 5. We should round it up. We also get some efficiency upgrades. They're the solar version. That should increase our power generation by apparently a lot. You know, judging by the void miners themselves, this should go crazy. That is 147 million RF per tick. For the moment, that's more than enough. As I have already mentioned, our main goal is to try and get the Philosopher's Stone. And if you guys remember, I have added more cobblestone generators, so getting the compressed cobblestone generator should not be a big deal. Obviously not today, but I'm assuming very soon. Yeah, we have 52 million. So next episode we should have that. Everything that you see over here is fine and we can easily get it except this one, the ultimate singularity. So I was really hoping that even though there is a 1 in 1 million chance or 1 in a billion chance, we might get the ultimate singularity. So far we didn't. I think it's obvious. So basically we should start getting prepared to craft it. I'm not gonna bore you to death, but one of the things that we need in order to craft the ultimate singularity is chaos shards. So we do have to fight the Chaos Guardian. There is a recipe to craft it, especially the tiny one. It is probably something that we have to automate later on, but for the moment we just want a few of the big ones. And besides, after getting a few chaotic gears, getting more chaos shards is going to be easy. So again, our main priority is the Philosopher's Stone. Obviously, one of our goals is to get the Chaos Shard. And also, seriously, I need to get some hydroponic beds. That does require antimatter. So at this very moment, we're just going to focus on the Chaos Shards. So, I have realized that in this mod pack, we have Last Stand. At the cost of experience, you basically don't die. The problem is that it doesn't go on the Draconic chestplate, it doesn't go on the mecha suit, and even though it probably doesn't matter, it does go on the quantum chestplate. So we're gonna try and craft it. I have already set in all the patterns. What? I think it was crafting a few things, then it forgot that it has to use it for something else. Oh, and by the way, because I deleted most of the footage, I also did this. I made the upgraded industrial agglomeration factory. I think it does 2 recipes at the same time. But at this very moment, that is our quantum chestplate. That should be our leggings. That is the boot. And of course, the helmet. So on its own, I think it's pretty garbage. It does look nice. Very fancy. But yeah, on its own, I think it's pretty garbage. We have to install upgrades. But first things first, let us check it. You said you do accept enchantments. Is it like you go on diamonds? No? Wait a minute. Oh, it goes on the pants. Okay. It doesn't go on the mecha pants. But let me try to understand how to install upgrades. This is the first time I made this. Even though it's purple and I like it. Do they have Kikoku? No. Actually, it wasn't that horrifying. You have to assign a button and then you can install upgrades. Same as the mecha suit. Also, it says that you have to link it to your applied energy 6 system, but I don't know why. But I have already installed night vision, lava immunity, attack speed, obviously the last stand so that we will live, and nothing on the boots. I have already made the flight cards, but it's very disorienting. There is one more thing that I have ordered, and that is the evasion card, but yeah, it's a bit expensive. But obviously, while that is being crafted, we can go and find the Chaos Island. How do we go there? Oh, and by the way, I do have soulbound on every piece of armor. The whole point of having last stand is to carry the experience with you. Now we go. In every single modded Minecraft series, I hate this part the most. I don't really like people who can kill you. And as you guys probably know, I have to travel another 7,000 blocks. So see you in a while. Okay. I think we have arrived. Let's try to set up shop over here. Maybe with a waystone. So I have my bow, we have some food. Magnet, I don't think it's going to be that important. We're going to have a warp point for safety. And we're also going to start a backup. I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit scared. My evasion card is not ready, right? Yeah, the backup is done. I guess let's go. Mr. Chaos? I'm out. So he has to hit the crystals, I have to destroy them once they're hit. After we get the chaotic bow, that's no longer an issue. But I think I have to kill him twice. Oh, yeah. I need one of these. Frameworks. We survived. The recharge rate on my armor is garbage. Oh, finally. Evasion card. Yes. I don't know. Maybe it helps. So I think for the moment we just have to run. My shield is garbage. Can you shoot one of the crystals, please? Maybe it is time. Maybe not. Shoot this one, please. He's not firing. Whoa. Oh, gravity well. Maybe it's the laser. You know, I'm still waiting for him to do something useful. Except the withers. Oh, finally. Oh, more withers. Thank you. That's our chance. Yep. One down. You shut up. So we have taken damage, but so far we haven't died. The sooner this ends, the happier I'm going to be. But seriously, the recharge rate on my shield is garbage. It takes half a minute. Yep, another one. This could take ages. Ladies and gentlemen, there's not much I can do. I guess see you back in a while, once I actually killed him. So that never happened. Good. Also, she's not dead. Just ignore those markers. But we're a bit close. Maybe not. Oh, withers. Honestly speaking, I don't really think it was the best fight ever, but at least we're done. We're not done. I think you have to fight him like 2 more times before you get OP. Okay, it's here. Also, I did just manage to get 1 data model. Can I take you? Yes. Well, we got 5. So I have made extra sets of Draconic Fusion Crafters, and I think since the update some of my recipes are wrong because I don't get enough cores from that machine. Also, we do have a very limited number of Chaos Shards, so let's not waste them. The most important thing that we want is the bow. Where's the bow? That bow. Because with that bow, at least I can break the crystals, I don't have to wait for the Chaos Guardian. And we need exactly 8 Fusion Crafting Injector, which has to be chaotic. Oh, and the chaotic core, you can just make it in that. Super easy. Although in this one was super easy as well. It's a Draconic tier anyways. You know, it's going to be super brutal if you can't even make the bow. Yeah, I'm running out of Chaos Shards. We don't want to waste. Just the 2. We just need 1 Chaotic Energy Controller. And I think I can upgrade my bow? Yes. What else can I upgrade? I have a teeny tiny bit of Chaos Shards left. Can I get the chest plate? So that's 1 Chaos Core. 1 of those garbage controllers. I don't have enough. Because then I also need the Chaotic Shield Control Module. Yeah, I think for that one I have to kill him again. Also, are we out of Sunflower? Oops. Oh, and most importantly, last stand didn't work. I just died. My fellow lords and ladies of darkness, we're at the 2nd Chaos Island. With the Draconic Bow, this should be, I think, a bit easier. I forgot to delete those. Also, maybe we should go a bit closer. Just a bit. This time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing my backpack apparently, and also the mecha suit. That should give us a teeny tiny bit more protection. Last time I died because I couldn't run that fast. But after this one, we're going to be super OP. I think. I really do hate that arena, even when it's Christmassy. But let's try something. So, we break you, and then we hit you. Yeah. Come on, break. Yes. That's the whole point. That's not the whole point. I just wanted to mention that yes, it still happens. This is the laser beam. But this one went way more smoothly. Oops, that's the laser. We're gonna die. Just like that. It's actually my fault. I kept him at a very low health. Now I'm paying for it. Let's go and finish the job. We're done. And I think from now on it's going to be very hard for him to kill us. Cause now we will have extra chaos shards. Is the thing. We take it and run away. Oh wait, my dislocator. That is actually why I die a lot, cause it goes in my curios, I respawn and, well, I can't teleport out. I think in order to get the chaotic armor we're going to need 3 cores. So this one is a bit expensive. Yeah, 1 for the chestplate and 2 for the module. Everything else we're just going to waste it on upgrades. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our chaotic chestplate. Lovely. And none of them are quests. Wait, why are you charging? Oh, it does work without the chaotic thingy. I didn't know that. Maybe I knew that, I just forgot. But let's do the upgrade. There you go. This one recharges your shield way faster, so it's very useful. Actually, I just realized I made a horrifying boo-boo. So that is our entire supply of chaos, fragments, shards, whatever, right? If I want to get the chaotic large sheet capacity module, which is comprised of the smaller ones, I need 5 chaotic cores. So that should be enough to get 1. The rest we are going to waste on upgrades. Oh, I have 2 here. I'm garbage at math. And needless to say, we are actually going to fight him again. I think. This is why I'm doing this. Here we go again. The best thing to do is to remove the bars first. And try not to die. Cause the moment you start hitting the crystals, he's gonna get mad. Oh, and by the way, I couldn't make enough shields. We just have the 1. They require bigger fragments. Now we can get rid of the crystals. This should be easy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Withers are the worst. This part is fine. Whoa, the other way. It's a shame he doesn't hit his own withers. But you see, most crystals are gone. Come on. Well, technically speaking, half of them. We haven't died. Yet. We're gonna die. Yeah. Just like that. That part, I don't think I can do anything about it. And you see, there was only 1 crystal left. And it's gone. Come on. That's the laser. You know, I can go far away, but doesn't make much of a difference. Besides, I don't really mind dying. I got my chaos shards. We're leaving. I have never seen one of these islands explode. I have seen them in videos, not by myself. But we are 1,000 blocks away. Nothing can happen. I think. What did I do? Hello? That was the only one? There's more here. Ah, you make an end altar. Oh, okay. Not very useful. Anyways, I forgot to mention that why are we killing Chaos Guardians? I'm going to kill 1 more. Just the 1. But in order to make the ultimate singularity, what we are going to need is this. The quantum compressor, right? Then we can use it in order to make a multi-block, and hopefully that is going to be better than the Essence Forge. Basically, we need singularities in order to combine them to make the ultimate singularity, right? In the recipe of the quantum compressor, you have Infinity 8. And Infinity 8 does require small chaos fragments. So we already have enough. We can also dupe chaos shards using antimatter, but we're not there yet. I thought this is an easier way. I actually died a lot, but I think it was worth it. But I will just have 1 more Chaos Guardian fight, maybe in the morning, cause I'm also very tired. And then we will see where we stand. Good night from me. Don't look at the deaths. Look forward. Alright guys, for me it is the next day. I'm eating some Christmassy food. I don't know, the mob farm is dropping them right now. I was lagging so hard because my buffer chest was full. But anyways, let's do a small recap. So, today we did manage to make the ultimate miner, which is great. We did manage to get chaos shards, which is great. And as usual, we're getting a teeny tiny bit closer to our main goal, which is the Philosopher's Stone. Not so much towards the hydroponic bed. But that is also something that we are going to fix, don't you worry. So I thought for the remainder of the episode, we're going to do a few quality of life improvements. We have to do this every episode. I have ordered malachite. I do that. It's always required. But I think our first order of business is going to be getting this, the Ultimate Loot Fabricator. This is an add-on to hostile neural networks or deep mob learning or whatever, and apparently that is a way better way of getting predictions and obviously the loot. Previously we were waiting for Infinity 1, now that we have it, let's start. Still no ultimate singularity. I do check it a lot, there is a 1 in 1 billion chance of getting it, but I don't mind getting one. Yeah, this is my problem. Since the update, Draconic core doesn't work. It's exactly the same. Maybe don't push? Who knows, maybe it's crafting something else. This time it worked. I don't really know what is wrong with my applied logistics, but there are weird things happening. In any case, we're going to start by crafting 1 stack of Ultimate Loot Fabricator version 1. Maybe I should have gone with 2 stacks. The rest of them are just normal crafting. Let's do that. Why go with 2 stacks when you can go with 3? Seriously, because at this very moment I don't really have the ability to auto-craft with these ultimate crafting tables. So the more we make, the better. That will be 3 stacks if we have enough predictions. There you go. So from now on we can have a pattern for a tier 2, tier 3, and 4. That should be the ultimate tier. We want the best of the best. I should probably do the same thing with the loot fabricator, right? Yeah. Does this stack? Oh, it does. Okay, we're good. Let me make 3 more stacks of these as well. I have made 3 stacks of simulation chambers and also 3 stacks of loot fabricators. So let's try to get the ultimate tier, whatever it is. Did I use all of my scrap? Oops. I had like 10,000. Actually, let us cheat. We use this recipe. It's faster. So that is my loot fabricator. And we also needed something called a merger camera, which I have already made. This one was cheap and I think you only need the one, but let us see how everything works. So they do require power, that's obvious. And I think the way that it works is that we have to take 4 data models which are self-aware and then combine them inside the camera. Let's go with blitzes, you know, floating creatures. Everything I click is a wither. Okay, that's a blaze, a blitz and a blizz. And I don't even have anything for the basalts. Advanced. Oops, that actually explains why I don't have enough rods. It's okay. Now we can use another machine from this mod, simulator modeling. You need, okay, you need 2 cameras. It's okay, just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. So I just made this machine, simulator modeling, and yeah, it's leveling up the basalt's data model. And apparently it accepts speed upgrades. Do you accept more? Oh, that's actually quite nice. Allows you to instantly upgrade to the next tier. Infinity 12, okay, never mind. Well, we can go with more speed, and we can also go with data. Gives you more data per iteration. Yeah, it does double your information. That's actually quite nice. And it does consume 200,000 RF per tick, which is crazy. You know, at least for what it does, it's crazy. Otherwise, maybe not. And honestly speaking, I think 2 datas is better than 1 speed. Because the speed is just a 50% increase. That's double the data. Oh, it's self-aware. Nice. So we put these extra model frameworks inside the merger camera, and then we have to add the data models. And it should combine them? Make a super one? That is true. So it makes all 4. And the tier is called autonomous. So how do you work? I guess you're going to need predictions, and it took 1 stack. And it failed. And it failed again. This is going so nice. But I think you need like 4 stacks, right? Model accuracy 10%. Oh, it's increasing. Can I increase it? Oh, yeah. Inside the simulator modeling. That's a very interesting mechanic that will reduce the number of simulation chambers that you're going to need. And also, they do take upgrades, so it's going to work faster. I thought let's also get one for the bosses. Ender Dragon, Wither, Warden, as well as the Gaia Guardian. So, hi. Every time, it gives you 16 predictions for each and every one. And once you put it inside the loot fabricator, it converts them all. All of the 16 in one go. This is great. So I have been checking, it seems we have just under 100 different data models. Not all of them are going to be like super useful, although we are going to need their predictions, but not all of them are going to be productive. Basically what I'm trying to say is that yeah, for getting the predictions, we're just gonna go with normal simulation chambers, so that we can have enough predictions in order to make the ultimate prediction, which is mainly used in duping chaos shards. But for things that have to generate us resources, we're just gonna have a few of these machines. So I think for the moment we're just going to go with 10 sets, and it's incredibly expensive on netherite. Incredibly expensive. So far I think I have smelted down like 10,000 ancient debris. Yeah, maybe even more. Okay, so I have been thinking as to how we should automate this, and I think here's what we're going to do. We have a wireless connector, we have an interface. The interface is going to export prediction matrices, and then on every single simulation chamber we're going to have an ME import-export bus. That makes it so that we would be able to export prediction matrices inside the simulation chambers and extract everything else. I believe we can also have a storage bus on every single loot fabricator, and then, you know, mix up networks. Then storage buses on the interface so that we can extract the prediction matrix and insert the rest. And obviously a quartz fiber to power everything. we're good. And once we put the data models inside, we're going to get prediction matrices. We need a bit of a speed upgrade. Okay, so our setup is complete, it's amazingly fast and it's incredibly productive. Just look at the interface, that's the items that are being produced. However, we have one problem, and you will never ever guess what it is. We have 10 simulation chambers, right? 6 of them are empty. And honestly speaking, I have nothing to put in them. Maybe an extra wither? I want to get into wood as well, so maybe we should not put the wither inside. But you might notice that we also have a phantom data model and a gas data model. I have upgraded them both, well, the phantom, and it's also now self-aware. We need 2 more creatures, and I don't know what they're going to be. You know, the problem is that system is ridiculously fast, so for example, if I put a minotaur inside, it's gonna give me like 4 billion meat, and I don't think I will need that. But maybe we can find something of interest in the lost cities? Maybe a creeper? That's too creepy for a skeleton. Honestly speaking, I don't mind vindicators. Yeah, that's a good thing. I just checked I have 500,000 emeralds, why would you need a vindicator? Oh, he doesn't like me. And he's laggy. Actually, I have a candidate. There is a dungeon mod in this mod pack. I don't know, dynamic dungeons or whatever. Let's reset. There are mobs inside, some of them are useful. So phantoms we already have, spiders, you're the incorrect version. Still the incorrect version. Maybe it will work. Let's check. Yeah, it does work. You know, string is always nice. Maybe evokers aren't that bad. And besides, we do need his data model. No, he's mine! Don't touch him! Yeah, there's way more here. There's also a lot of guardians. We do need every single data model, so why not? I killed them all? Okay. Oh, there should be more. The point of these dungeons is that there are loot, but the loot is not amazing. Maybe in the early game. You can make it more challenging, but I just found polonium. Oh, hi! I like him. Can I have your data model too? I don't have one. You know, I just figured out something. I think the key in this dungeon is that you just go around with data models. Whoa, look at the number of bosses. But I do have a basic witch data model. I actually have 5. Evoker is still faulty, and I have a creeper. So I think we just need like 1 more evoker. Then we're good. Then one day later on I will come for the 500 bosses that I have already found. Oh, evoker. Hello. Yes, it's basic. Let's go home. While I am upgrading my data models to self-aware, I want to try something. So first off, for the bosses, we're definitely going to need a chaotic sword. I don't know how much armor they have, it's just ridiculous. But what I want to try is that there is a mod called Compact Mechanism Machines. It only has like a few blocks in it, and one of them is the wind generator, 500,000 times, I don't even know. Might be something fun to craft. Maybe not. But 2 of them are very interesting. One of them is a fission reactor, and the other one is a thermal evaporation tower. Obviously, at this very moment we cannot... What? What? Well, obviously at this very moment we cannot make the fission reactor. But maybe the thermal evaporation tower is something that we can craft. Again, what? What is Naquada? Oh, there is a mining dimension, there was a note. Okay. Anyways, I did not find any documentation on this mod and I just saw 1 picture. So let's see if I understood everything from that picture. You know, for the longest time I have been thinking, why am I always stuck on steel? You don't have upgrades. I missed literally that one. Oh, a lot of them. We never needed that much steel, that's the thing. But if I'm not wrong, that should be literally everything that we're going to need in order to make a thermal evaporation tower. You know, the compact version. So you do everything in 1 block. That's what I understood. Just imagine how amazing the fission reactor is going to be. You can have like 40 in 1 chunk. So I have finally automated the water collectors from a mod whose name I shall not mention. And they work a bit differently. You just don't place them down, you have to put them inside the pump, like so. So if you pump the water to your right, which it doesn't like to do that, we don't get anything. Well, there's always a chance that it's not hot enough. I'm sorry, I just had to flip it. I forgot. Okay, it goes from the bottom. And that is Brian, the fluid. In 1 block. And not the person. In 1 block. That's actually quite nice. If that is the case, next episode we are going to start making some fissile fuel. We have to make a sodium-cooled reactor. Well, my fellow lords and ladies of darkness, we do have a leak, which is fine. But I have upgraded my data models, I have merged them. We have 4 for witches. And we have another one for creeper, gas, phantoms and evokers. They're just amazing. Also, there is a very high chance that you're never ever going to need that many loot fabricators. I think each loot fabricator can handle like 4 or 5 simulation chambers. Because if you look at them, they're almost always empty. But I guess that is why we have extra slots. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.